So this is hilarious. So after my video came out, what's his name? Kurul. What's his name? Dr. Kurul. So the head of archaeology in Turkey took great issue with my conspiracy theories on it, and he was quoted in an article saying that I should be sanctioned, and then he followed up with like, I will be sanctioned. And I'm like, well, how are you going to keep me out of Gobekli Tepe? Have I been banned from Turkey? Because American citizens don't need a visa to go into Turkey unless they're going to be there more than 90 days. So if I could apply ahead of time. Like in Egypt, you can apply for your tourism visa ahead of time, and I know if I was rejected. That's what he said, is that I'll be sanctioned. He was referring to me, and I'm like, okay.
What does that mean?
Well, it means travel bans.
Yeah. It means you're not going to let him in the country.
It means I go to the airport and get rejected at customs potentially.
And that is possibly what would happen.
He said it will happen. I don't know that it's happened. Well, flights to Turkey are actually a little bit pricey, and I'm like, well, damn it. I'm like, if I'm going to land there and get turned around, that would suck.
Well, you might be able to make a nice video about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That would be actually, yeah. You're right. That's a video.
Sure. I mean, kind of like helps you.
Right. I'm over the target with Gobekli Tepe.
Right. Or at least you're making them uncomfortable, right? You're forcing them to consider why they have chosen this. And if it's just for economic reasons, which does make sense. If so many people are already going there, why should we spend more money? I get that.
Well, and it makes sense, and it's the most likely explanation. It's probably true. But that means that then this is an issue of either mismanagement or incompetence, because it is inexcusable that, because as of right now, their plan is that it will not be fully excavated.
Wait, I was still finished talking.
It will not be fully excavated in any of our lifetimes. And there could potentially be answers involving our ancient past at Gobekli Tepe, and it is entirely inexcusable that we wouldn't dig it up. And I don't actually think it will take away from tourism by removing the mystery. No. 500,000 people a year are visiting it just because. And if they dig up more of it, in my opinion, that's more reason to go there.
Right. Well, what did you just show, Jamie?
I went to the article about the funding at Gunung
Padang.
Yes.
It does say that thing about unlimited funding, but it might have been also misinterpreted by translation, because it's coming from the Jakarta Post. It talks about how the soldiers were using hose to excavate. They didn't like that. It mentions the first disbursement of $250,000 was put out.
Is this from 2014,
It's the same article, because it shows the thing that says unlimited amount of research funding, but it says it was taken from other funding, and then it says that there's a lack of funding right below it.
Archaeologists at other sites bemoan a lack of funding.
Let me just say this. My ass. All they got to do is drill a hole and stick a camera through it into the tube to figure out if it's a lava tube or something man-made. This is not expensive. It could get done for thousands of dollars, not millions of dollars. And if it is a 27,000-year-old pyramidal structure, as Graham Hancock has proposed, the data is not proven. It's hotly debated. But let me just make this crystal clear. We don't know what it is. It could potentially be the oldest ancient ruin on Earth. And we're never going to know the answer until we go looking.
Yep.
And it is entirely unacceptable that we're not doing it.
Well,
what is happening?
There's a thing to get like less conspiratorial, but support it from a very real position. There's a thing with science with their paradigms. They've looked at it from a very long time. With the origins of Earth sciences and history, they were expected to bear out the Bible, prove the Bible right. Then evolution, and then Darwin, and then it was gradualism. Prove the Bible wrong. There is no major global flood. And gradualism, they assumed that everything happens slowly. That there's nothing catastrophic in the record, and that lasted from the late 1700s or 1800s, all the fucking way up until 1980, when the KT dinosaur killing meteor was accepted. Before that, there was no such thing as punctuated equilibrium, which is what they call it now, which any kid could figure out is the way the fucking world works. The slow erosion happens on the side of the bank, but sometimes there's a big flood that carves a big chunk of this is no-brainer shit. And the life moves at a steady pace normally, and then every now and again something catastrophic happens. So my point is that if they think that digging something up is going to change a paradigm that they're expected to maintain, they're not going to fucking dig it up.